Hey guys, it's Dan here, and it is July 2018, which means there has been a brief period where I haven't been filming anything. The reason being is it has been super busy, but more on that later. One of the things which I wanted to talk about, because this vlog is supposed to be for June 2018, because I'm that far behind, I wanted to introduce you to the latest side business which I've been working on. So instead of the monthly recap about what I've been up to and the good and bad and highs and lows, we're just going to be talking about one single thing today, and that thing is the way with words. If you've been watching the vlogs over the past couple of months, you'll know that both myself and a business partner by the name of Jamie have been working on a side business called The Way With Words. The whole point of The Way With Words is to create something called verbal identity documents for businesses. You're probably thinking, what on earth is a verbal identity document? So it's going to take you through some reasons why we decided to put the business together and why verbal identity documents are so useful. Verbal identity is a way of businesses structuring everything they do in relation to how they communicate to an audience. It's also known as tone of voice. Although verbal identity has the biggest impact on the way people write communications to customers, it can have a really significant impact on everything that a company does. Now, having a defined tone of voice or a defined verbal identity is really important for a business. If you're a one-man band, the way you're going to speak to a customer is essentially how you would speak to everyone every day. But if you're a large organisation with loads of different people, all those people do speak slightly differently, so it's a way to align that and bring everything together. First is that your organisation has a completely uniform way of communicating to your customers. They understand who their customers are and whether you're doing email marketing or whether you're putting posts out on customer service for social media or you're putting brochures together or writing letters. The second thing is that verbal identity helps you shape the way you are talking to your customers. Now, take for example the fact that I've been working with a gym recently. Gym, and like many other organisations, doesn't just have one audience, it's got many. And all those different audiences are interested in different things, and the way we would speak to them is also going to be different. If you imagine that someone steps foot into a gym and they've never been in a gym before, the way you're going to talk to them on social media or the way you're going to talk to them on a website is going to be really different. Compare that to someone who's really experienced in the gym. They know exactly what they want. They know about nutrition. They know about workouts. They know about the technicals and the science that goes into fitness. Those two audiences are massively different, although they still are both a potential customer to the gym. Now that means we've still got to cater to both those audiences by having an overall defined tone of voice, but that needs to be split out in various different ways. By having a verbal identity document that brings all that information together in a single source so that everyone who works in an organisation can know exactly the way that they should be communicating to their customers. So the reason that we created The Way with Words was the simple fact that most organisations have an absolutely terrible tone of voice. It's totally inconsistent and it doesn't resonate with their intended audiences. Only businesses and organisations have got the expertise, but actually communicating them out as to why they do something, why they're so good at doing something, is on the whole rubbish. So we put the business together as an intention of being able to help these businesses create a better tone of voice. So many organisations will put time and effort to creating amazing videos or beautiful photography. Yet actually when it comes to the copy and what they're putting out on all their channels, that's just kind of left to the last minute by someone who's got a couple of hours spare. That's not the way to do things. The internet as a whole is becoming a more of a crowded and competitive marketplace, so you need to be doing everything you can to stand out if you want to try and make a difference and win more business. How do we actually go about doing that? A lot of the process that we go through is very research intensive and a lot of time spending talking and meeting various customers, various organisations and the people who in the business to try and bring everything together. We then sit down and go for a research phase and kind of map all that out, where the audiences are, what an existing organisation's tone of voice is. Now, those kinds of things can be as tangible as, do you use full words or do you use apostrophes? Do you swear in your copy? Whilst thinking about the use of emojis on social media. All those things are the tiny granular items which eventually build up to create your overall tone of voice. Now, once we've done all that research phase, we've spoken to loads of people, we've bounced loads of ideas around, we create something that looks like this. We wrap it all up in a big book, and then we'll obviously take an organisation or a client through it. Now this is intended to be a cornerstone, a central point of all marketing and all communications, because after all, the way you communicate to your customers pervades everything you do. Plus, it's a brand new business. Though everything is now live, we're still in the very early stages in life of this business. We've also put together a really nice website which has got more information and articles on there about how an organisation can define its tone of voice. And because everything is so new, because the website is so new, I'd really like to ask for your feedback. If you could take a look at the website, I will leave a link in the box below. Let me know what you think. You might completely hate it, but I'd rather hear that now rather than us chipping away at it for 2 years down the line and then realising we've made a mistake. We've already had some really interesting, insightful bits of feedback from various people that we know, but now we're introducing it to the wider world, so we want to hear your thoughts and what you think about the way with words. That's what we've been up to in June. Aside from that, it was an easy but regular month, but I'm really pleased to finally say that this is up and live. If you want to see what's happened in the run-up to this, then make sure you check out the previous vlogs. And if you're curious as to how both this develops with the way with words and generally what life has been like in freelance digital marketing, then make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see what is going to happen in the future. And if you like this video, then please give it a like. It really helps things. I'll leave it there. Thanks ever so much for watching. As I say, if you've got any feedback, make sure you let us know, and we'd really appreciate it. And I will catch you next time with another video on what freelance digital marketing life is like.